Hi everyone, this is Captain Jim with Taiwan On Charter, and this week tip for Tuesday is tying a jig head using crimp rings. And I use these a lot, especially with the high pound test. The 100-pound test is what I use mostly. Sometimes I'll drop down 80, but mostly it's a 100-pound test. For the grouper that I fish for a lot, it can handle the all-day abuse, doesn't really get chafed up too much. And you can, like I said, you can use it all day without having to worry about tying it on. What I do simply is this. Got about a 4-foot piece of 100-pound monofilament leader here. I got a 1mm double crimp ring that you see here, and all you do is you run it through here. Real simple to do. You can do this, anybody can do this without having to worry tying special knots or whatever. Here's my Spro jig head. This is 6 ounces. I'll go up to as high as 8 for where I fish. And real simple, you grab your jig head, you got your ring on there, you put the monofilament through there, you bring it right back through, and then bring it right back through the eye of the crimp ring here. Put it through just a little bit, not much, maybe a little, leave a little tag there, pull it down, because you can always trim that end off, which I'll do at the end here. But I got a crimp tool here, and you can see the different sizes: 0.5, 1 millimeter, 1 to 2 millimeter. Anyway, I'm just going to put that in there like so, then crimp it down. It's going to take 2 crimps because it's a little bit longer crimp ring. And you can see right there, it's already crimped down. We're going to go down to the end, crimp it down again, and boom, you're done. And what this does is it allows this jig, when it's down there on the seafloor moving around, you got your loop so this thing can swim and look natural. That's the whole key. Now, whereas if you tied a knot specifically down on top of the eye of the hook, it's going to limit you as far as what that jig can do. Well, this way the jig can move freely. Give it a shot. I mean, as I said, a lot of people underestimate the power of the jig. We love deep jigging, one of the highly effective, and especially for the grouper. If you haven't used jigs, you're missing, because it's a lot of fun, number one, and you'll know what I'm talking about when you start using it. We use this rig specifically with anywhere from 50-pound braid, excuse me, 50-pound braid to 80-pound braid. As I said, we use 80-pound monofilament to 100-pound monofilament. Don't need to go any heavier than that. But this is a highly effective rig to use. 6 to 8 ounce lead-headed jigs. There's all different styles out there you can use. Now we use the white-headed jig head along with the white bucktail. What we find that's very effective is also a blend of red, some blues sometimes, but the whites seem to be really effective. Maybe tip it with a piece of squid or whatnot. You'll also notice on the other end, after I showed you how I did the jig head, okay, I did exactly the same thing with the sleeve but what I did was I crimped a swivel on. So you can tie this on, you know, any stiffer rod to make the presentation, but that way you're ready to go at any time. I put these in a tackle box, coil them up, they're always ready to go. As I said, people ask me, these happen to be the Spro brand. I mean, we have the Wahoo brand. This is an 8 ounce. This works really good, the yellow color, because that kind of looks like the snapper, which they love. So you got the Wahoo brand grouper jig. Again, these are very effective lures to use when you're out grouper fishing, especially in South Florida here. They pretty much work everywhere. You just have to be patient and work them and understand how to work them. That's Tuesday's tip of the week with Captain Jim. Have a great week.